so glad to have you here. Happy Sunday. What kind of a day are we going to get? But it's green and it's beautiful. There's a lot going on this week for everybody in their lives, in the world, in the community. So I thought we'd start with a tune to just kind of get a groove going on this Sunday morning. From Stevie Wonder.
of our resident speakers at Lake Harriet Spiritual Community, and she brings her ministry not only through her amazing voice, but also through her messages that she brings every quarter. We are blessed and privileged to have you a part of our community, Patty. And Jason, you're a monster. Yes. So, this is always an interesting service for us at Lake Harriet Spiritual Community, because I feel like a lot of times people don't really know who we are, and if they think they know who we are, they might have a misunderstanding of that. We are the beautiful 100-year-old dome church right across the lake there at 44th and Upton. And my name is Teresa Rose. I'm the spiritual director there. And part of what I'd like to share with you before we get into our message of the Spirit of Joy is to let you know who we are. Because, is it coming down? When the rain is coming down and giving me a little kisses from Spirit? Lake Harriet Spiritual Community is a vibrant, spiritually diverse spiritual community that honors and explores the unique connection to the divine in all of us. Now that's an important thing to recognize, because we're a little bit different than other organizations, other congregations, in that we really want to help you cultivate and strengthen your relationship with Spirit. When you have a relationship with Spirit that is real and deep and full and joyful, then you are able to navigate the difficult times that we have in our lives, and you're able to live life in a more juicy fashion. So who we are and what we do is we have Sunday services like other organizations, and I do one service a month as spiritual director, and we also have resident speakers. Resident speakers, Patty Peterson being one of them, who provides services once a quarter. Mike Foley, who you'll hear in just a few minutes, provides services. We also have Christine Day, we have Cindy Claypatch, we have Michael Makes, and we have Linda Sago. We also have guest speakers that provide services for us once a month. So you get a different flavor every single week when you come to our services. And I think that's important as you're finding your own path to Spirit, is that you hear from different people and you can really resonate with different messages. But in addition to the services that we provide on Sundays, at both our 9 a.m. and our 10:30 services, we also have a bunch of classes. We have events like concerts and movies and various social events that go on in there. And our intention is to really provide you with a community center for conscious living. Conscious living. This week, for example, we have yoga classes and Tai Chi classes, Zumba. We also have meditation classes and various other things that you can do to plug into your community. And I want to just share on a personal level, community has become more important than ever before. And I think this week, more than any week, we can really identify with that. I've lived in Colorado for several years. I know my friend Linda Austin lived in Colorado, and one can't but feel their heart when they see what has happened to that community. And it allows us an opportunity to open our hearts bigger, to send some prayers that way, and to recognize that that community is our community. It's very easy for us to dive into separation, but it allows us an opportunity to really connect to them and see, you know, what happens in Aurora and what happens in every other community. People have challenges all the time. How we get through this is not only to get a greater connection with Spirit in ourselves, but it's to find each other. It's for us to find each other and connect with each other, because that is where the strength comes from, ladies and gentlemen, is when we can have that fabric woven together. So I really hope that you check us out at Lake Harriet Spiritual Community. We are in a place where we are in a moment of transformation, of expansion, and of great spiritual maturity. So I hope that you check us out and that you can see our messages here today. I want to just share with you a little bit about who your next speaker is. Mike Foley, I have the privilege to be able to introduce him today. He is one of those examples of someone who walks his talk and who is a phenomenal storyteller. And honestly, I feel like that's one of the ways that Spirit does talk to us, is through stories. So he's a phenomenal storyteller. He is an ordained minister. He is a coach. He is a professional speaker like myself. But most importantly, he has an adventurous spirit. As you will find out, Mike has traveled the globe on his sailboat many times over and brings people with him on his sailboat on wilderness adventures. And he really is gifted in being able to have us tie what that message is that he's learned on the high seas and what he's learned in his life, on his journey, and how it connects to each and every one of us. Today's theme is the spirit of joy. It's easy for us to ignore that spirit when we can have the laundry list of things that are wrong with life. But I invite you now to just center yourself, arrive here at the band shell with me and with all of your community members, and recognize that this is the only moment you've got. This is it. You can try to plan for 2:30 this afternoon if you want to, or you can think about Monday morning's to-do list if you'd like, but you really have only this moment with us. And you have an opportunity to ask yourself, do you want to embody the spirit of joy, or do you want to embody a spirit of something else? And I hope that you choose with me the spirit of joy. So please put your hands together to welcome our resident speaker, Mike Foley.
How's everybody doing? Good. Thank you, Teresa. All right. Well, the theme of today is the spirit of joy, and I've been kind of meditating on this all week, and it occurred to me, what's the difference between happiness and joy? Anybody ever think about that? Happiness and joy. And happiness is defined as a mental or emotional state of well-being characterized by positive, pleasant emotions. But to me, happiness is always outside of ourselves. You ever notice that? It's temporal. It's dependent upon external events. You know, you come to work and your boss is in a great mood and gives you a compliment. Oh boy, I'm happy. You go shopping, you buy something new. Oh boy, I'm happy. You feel attractive, you're having a good hair day. Oh boy, I'm happy. Anybody have those days? Yeah, absolutely. Anybody notice that the next day doesn't mean that's going to be that way? You get up and you get yelled at work, your finances are running low, you get an unexpected bill, and you go into a spin, you have a bad hair day, and what happens to your happiness? It evaporates that quick. Anybody notice that? So happiness is temporal. Happiness, and yet it's wonderful to be happy, but I think there's a big difference between happiness and joy. And joy is what I've been meditating on all week, the spirit of joy. What is joy? It's different from happy. It's different from happiness. So joy, in my opinion, is a state of being that is connected to our soul. It bubbles up from within us. When I feel joy, it comes from a different place than happiness. It's not a good hair day. Actually, I'm losing my hair, so I never have a good hair day. But it's a bubbling up of this experience, of this energy. Positive energy. And I've also noticed that it's not conditional upon external events. It's not conditional upon exterior circumstances. It's a state of being. And to me, the analogy that was coming to me all week is it's like the ocean. I love the ocean, of course, but it's the weather, the crackling lightning, the rain, the sunshine, the lapping waves, the big waves, the violent waves. These all happen on the surface of the ocean, but meanwhile, there's this massive, silent swell that is moving up. And to me,